Insight slash predictions on how to take advantage of the situation when gambling with alts. Okay, yeah, I can. So what you'll notice, and this is my third cycle, and so a lot of my conversation is going to be based off what happened the last cycles. Okay, so big disclaimer, that doesn't mean it's going to happen 100% today. Okay, so just so we're all on the same page, I'm just going to share my experience from before. And if with any luck, it somewhat applies or at least rhymes with what we see coming up. What you see a lot of times is, let's say there's this calendar date that Bitcoin halving. Let's just call this like the halving. We'll mark this on the calendar and we'll make it kind of this big long line. Now let's imagine, if you will, that we have two charts. And up here on this part, we have Bitcoin, and down here we have alts. So what you'll see a lot of times is Bitcoin does some stuff, and then leading into the halving or right at the halving, there's a big explosive move. There's like a lot of excitement, a lot of froth, just kind of like what we're seeing right now. Sometimes it's on the other side of the halving, sometimes before, but whatever. Let's just say it's this kind of thing. What you'll see a lot of times with alts is while Bitcoin is trending, while it's going up, the alts kind of just kind of go sideways, maybe even sideways and down. And what I see a lot of times is that it's almost like this is sucking all the air out of the room. Like, this is what's getting the headlines. This is what people are talking about. This is what people are rushing out to buy. It's not their alts. It's not like Ethereum or Litecoin or whatever. It's Bitcoin. But Bitcoin will hit this level where it will just chill out. Not saying it'll like give it all back or whatever, but let's just say it just chills out. And somewhere during this moment, that is when you'll oftentimes see these kind of moves. Poof, big explosive moves. And what I suspect is happening is that capital is rotating. People are taking profits. The group that made $1 billion in here, they can flip their $1 billion into the $100 million market cap coin and make a 10x by just shoving the price up. And then suddenly there's a lot of late buyers. The guys who bought in here are now selling in here, and they're repositioning back into Bitcoin for the next leg up. Again, will that happen just like it's happened before? Probably not, right? But could it be something similar? Yeah, I think it actually might, which is why I have several alt positions open along with my Bitcoin positions. One of them is actually Doge, because I'm seeing some frothiness with things like Doge, which could be very, very explosive. Doge has some key levels. 15 cents is a good one. This is like kind of a level that there's a lot of people stuck, or they would like to get out at 15 cents. 15 cents is 50% higher than where it is right now during this, let's call it a breakout. I think by any metric, this is a true breakout. But you can kind of go across the board. Ethereum appears to be breaking out. Ethereum has a really nice level at $3,500. This has been something I've tweeted about for months and months and months, that this level in particular has been a target of mine forever. And here we are, just going right at it. Sol has another key level at about $145. What is this? So over here, you see it kind of off to the side, $143 for Sol is a level that makes a lot of sense. And what this is, guys, if you're a trader buying in here, you need a target. And for me, that target is this April 2022 impulse high before the bear market, before the continuation of the bear market, really. So I was a buyer for a lot of things down in here, and I think that this level has been on my chart for a long time. That does not mean that this is going to be the bull market high. It's not what we're talking about. That's a whole separate conversation. All that means to me is that if I had to just look at the chart with no other information, and I was a buyer at like $20 Sol, then I'm looking to get out at 140. The end. That's it. You got stuff like Link that has been in massive accumulation, already above that April 2022 impulse high, already above it and consolidating and making a new high. So there's a lot of things going on that are super interesting. Now, we're finally seeing the alts move while Bitcoin moves. And that's very exciting. But that also means that probably a lot of things running across the board are close to being done. Look at it. Look at this chart. This is, we got it on Sol right now. How many things, just think of whatever your favorite asset class is. How many things move 5x in a few months and continue that, like maintain that momentum? There comes a point where these guys that are up, they want to take a little profit. And so you say, okay, well, look, we have, let's say it goes up to this target and a pullback to say like $50 is completely reasonable. So something like this in conjunction with the halving, like maybe all the alts pop off, they all bleed off 50% or whatever, go back to some kind of key level, maybe settle down on the headlines, maybe let a lot of the funding, or we'll get into funding here in a minute. There's a lot of people borrowing money to go long right now because that's part of FOMO. That's just what happens. You need a lot of that to reset for the next leg up, for the next leg higher. So could it be that what we're seeing across the board is everything pop off, but we're very close to everything cooling off as well, you know, before a month or two from now, the actual, you know, next leg up? I'm not trying to be perma bulljack, perma bearjack, just charts jack. Just whatever the charts are telling you, that is all I'm good for. That's all I'm here for, and nothing else. I'm not your hype man. You know, I'm not your bear guy telling you to sell.